stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. And
Welcome you.
Unky Skeet, Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Crash Out Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend.
Crash Out Koloff for sure.
That's a real thing.
good.
That is a real thing. We didn't test the phone, so I can't do it. Damn it.
No.
See?
It works.
Can I
show? I forgot to fix Easy's camera. Can I show what it looks like right now? And I haven't fixed it.
Oh my God, it's Ryan Ermanni.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan Ermanni.
Yeah, there you go.
Shout out to a lot of things. First
He's
off,
actually 6'5" in real life. Yeah.
Ryan Ermanni, yeah, a little
guy.
known fact.
Little known fact. Not a little known guy.
No.
The Dan Campbell lookalike contest. I forgot to grab the damn pictures. And I know you guys know it happened, but not everybody did for some reason. It's news to some people. Jared Goff didn't know there's the Dan Campbell lookalike contest. But shout out to Hopcat. I feel like that's something Woodward Sports should be doing.
Yeah.
We should have an MCDC lookalike contest.
MCDC lookalike contest,
for some tickets or something like that. I think all he won was like free fries or something like that.
Damn, that's whack.
It's kind of whack. But the guy did look from a certain angle.
Feels like MCDC come up and yell at the windows outside the studio. If we like you, we'll bring you in and you can stand
homeless
in the
guys
warmth.
like,
Yeah, that's happened before.
That has happened before.
Yeah, I didn't know how a homeless guy.
During E&E.
Yeah, during E&E. Don't know how a homeless guy got this deep into Birmingham without being snuffed out by the police or something. I don't know if they let them hang out around here too often. But
They come in, escort Pete out the
Hey, with my past history, you never know.
hey, that's true. That's true. Unky Skeet is an Unky Skeet for no reason. But
That's
we got a lot to talk about today. One thing that I did want to talk about was the Detroit Tigers and looking what's going on there. Per Evan Petzold, the Tigers are very interested in Japanese phenom Roki Sasaki. And I was thinking about it for a second. I was like, why the fuck would the Tigers be in talks with him? Why would the Tigers be one of the names that I was like, oh shit, like Kenta Maeda, like that's actually a big connection, and that is. And I guess Sasaki has said he doesn't want to go to a big market team, so that already rules out the Dodgers and
New York
and the Cubs. And those are, where they have the Japanese pitchers as well. So you look at Kenta Maeda. If we get Sasaki, Kenta Maeda can stay here for 2 more years. Like that, this kid's gonna be a stud, dude. Especially when you get him in the hands of Chris Fetter. I think that would be lights out. There's also talk about the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. The Tigers are involved in there. There are talks that offers are narrowing down and they're getting close to the end of that. I'm not as sure about that one. I think Sasaki is really going to happen, but I don't know. I don't think Bregman's going to happen.
I looked it up just now too. Like I guess a signing bonus would be no larger than $7.5 million. I feel like that's not that bad.
No, for the international guys, yeah,
That's within our owner's wheelhouse, Mr. It.
Yeah, this is because he's leaving the KBA early at a younger age than a guy like Yamamoto did and the guy that plays for the Cubs, Shata, last year.
Yeah.
Both of those guys threw up less than 3 ERAs in their debuts in the Major League Baseball in American League. And this dude's better than both of those guys.
Yes,
and he's younger. So this could be a massive get, but we are already basically signed to this 16-year-old Chris Rodriguez. Top
looks good,
4
dude.
international prospect.
Yes.
About damn time we started going for some heavyweight hitters. Where you need to go for him.
Chris Rodriguez looks like Aaron Judge. Like when you see him swing the bat, he's got the Aaron Judge type swing. He's a big guy. He's a right-handed bat.
Yep.
That's a huge get. That's a huge get. So that is pretty much like inked already. I'm not sure if it's.
I think it was like $3.25 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's completely official, but it's damn near done. But Sasaki is a guy that I would really, really like. Caleb in the chat, shout out. Says 5 out of 10 confident on Bregman and 8.5 out of 10 on Sasaki, and I'm right there with him. Like I don't think Bregman will get done. He'll probably just end up signing in Houston again, but I would love it. There are reports that he's looking for 6 years, $155 million. The 6 years is the part I don't like, but for what this team needs right now, I would give Bregman a 6-year contract. I really would. I would eat the last 2 Miguel Cabrera-esque years that he would have at the end of that contract to have Alex Bregman on this team right now.
Yeah, I would absolutely love Alex Bregman. I mean, you talk about a Gold Glove third baseman to help out, an already elite pitching staff when it comes down to it with Chris Fetter. So your defense gets upgraded, and then an actual all-star type bat that you add to help out these young guys. You talk about Carpenter, Riley Green, Meadows. Maybe you can get something out of Torkelson. Maybe you can get something. You do desperately, and this team has not spent the money yet. But I mean, talk about Sasaki. If you could get this guy with Chris Rodriguez in your international prospects, it'd be the top international class ever. And then you add Bregman to that. Mike, thoughts on Chris and Chris Ilitch completely flip around in one off season. Yeah, this would be an A+ hire.
That would be 2 huge gets and 3 huge gets. So we'll see. We're a little happy, a little optimistic right now, but we'll see if the Tigers, the Tigers' truth kind of burns us to the ground. But these international, I remember the first day Scott Harris got hired, I follow Tigers international scouting on Twitter, and it was 20 tweets in a row, 16-year-old Venezuelan, 15-year-old Dominican, 15-year-old Puerto Rican, 16-year-old Venezuelan.
You sure that wasn't Jay-Z?
I was like, dude, that's what they need to do. You go out there and you get into the DR and you find these kids, and if one of them becomes your Acuna or your Tatis, boom, there you go. You got a superstar, and you're paying him dirt cheap for MLB standards. So hopefully Chris Rodriguez is that. Go watch this kid take cuts. If you don't know who Chris Rodriguez is, he's the 4th highest rated on the international scouting. He's 16 years old, or how old is he?
Yep.
Yeah, 16 years old. This kid looks like Aaron Judge when he's taking rips. His swing is beautiful. He's a big guy. So it would be a huge get for the Tigers going forward. Bregman for the now, Sasaki for the now, Rodriguez going forward.
Yeah, one of the guys that just set the record for the biggest, contract, Juan Soto.
Yeah.
International prospect. These are the type of guys, you have to hit on these guys, and not just for now. If you develop them the right way and say they're a top 20 guy in your pipeline, you can move them down the line for a ready-made superstar.
You would have by far the number one farm system if you got Chris Rodriguez and Sasaki to add to what they already have in the minors. So we'll see. Again, shout out to our guy Fahad. He was out. He got his season tickets taken away by the Detroit Lions. He went out there. I saw Tony Paul did a article on him where he apologized about it, but I saw this out there as well, a tweet from Dan Skipper that we have in there where Fahad, don't apologize. Don't ever apologize, because the Lions are with you. The real Lions. Yeah. The players, the coaches. This Dan Skipper said to the pregame flag guy, gives the salute, gives the handshake. You just love to see it. This is what this team's all about. This is what this Detroit Lions team's all about. So don't apologize for it, Fahad. Matt LaFleur is a mental little person. I can't say midget.
You just did.
Yeah, but I was saying I can't say midget. So you can say midget if you're saying you can't say midget.
Right.
Well, you do have the N-word?
No. No.
No, Amon-Ra talked about it. Kevin Johnson talked about it in a praising him fashion. There's a class he has to take. If he takes that class, I just feel like one of those guys should be able to make something happen. Maybe reach out to Herman. Maybe reach out to Amon-Ra, whoever we have connections with. It's always weird going about those things, though, because you don't want to burn that on something that may not. I mean, I think this is worthy, though. I mean, they fucked this kid. They know who this kid is. I like what he did. I don't think what he did was an issue by any means. I just think LaFleur couldn't keep his cool.
I can barely keep my cool around here either. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Nick, stop wearing your clothes so tight.
Yeah, Nick, you better be wearing something tight.
You guys are making me blush. No, I don't think this is specifically a Lions thing, fellas. I think this is the
NFL.
A league thing. This has got to be the NFL crashing down because the Lions, I mean, you guys know these fans are crazy, passionate, and we're going at coaches. I'm behind Fahad on this. Don't want to speak too loud on it. I don't want to get my tickets taken as well.
Yeah, man.
I could definitely see Nick doing this. If he was, hey, Lions, we got a potential flight risk. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Nick will 100% do this.
He would do it
bumped
for sure.
into 2 Packers fans.
He almost fought a Packers fan on the street.
Nick was talking saucy, bro.
We were talking. I was talking
It
about
was like
it. In the
a
back.
weird too. It was like a nice way. It's like that one video where the guy's like, "You smell really good today."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We some 2 good smelling brothers.
They were aggressively being nice.
Nick was like, "I hope you're ready to party tonight."
Yeah. Dude, I was talking about it in the back how Nick and Chris are both crash outs when they're drunk.
You got to be ready to play.
Chris is more
like different kind of crash
Chris
out.
is like a shit talking crash out. Nick is like
Aggressive.
yeah.
It's my town.
I've run this.
Yeah.
Catch me Sunday, downtown.
Good times. Catch you Sunday. He's a good time. But another thing that I saw go around that Red Wings fans, shout out Red Wings, got a big game against Philly in Philly tonight. Need to win that. Should beat Philly. Sebastian Cossa moved back to Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Billy Husso is going to be the backup going forward since Lyon is still not healthy enough to go. And I saw everybody talking about it. Like, there's obviously 2 different sides. Some people are saying he's not ready. He's not ready. You got to go down there, give him some. You're not bringing him up here to back up. You're not bringing him up here to back up Talbot. You're going to bring him up here when he's the starter. Justin said, Talbot, you're showing him to trade him by the deadline. I have it as simply as this. If you start Billy Husso in another game, or if Billy Husso sees time in another game for the rest of the year for the Detroit Red Wings, you are waving the white flag that you do not want to make the playoffs this year. Because Billy Husso cannot be in net with this defense that he has in front of him. You will not win games with Billy Husso in net with this defense he has in front of them. So I see it as, okay, yeah, Costa's going to be the starter next year no matter what. That's fine, cool. But if I see Billy Husso in net, that means you don't think you're making the playoffs. That means you don't expect to make the playoffs. And maybe that was the whole thought this year anyways, that you're not going to make the playoffs. I don't subscribe to that. I think it's bullshit. You were a point away from making the playoffs last year. You should get better. They should have been better this year, and they should have made the playoffs this year. But with the defense objectively worse than it is, with Billy Husso still getting shot in goal, even though we know he's not good, it shows me that you don't expect to make the playoffs this year. You don't want to make the playoffs this year, and the season is already a wash. So I know, Cossa doesn't need to be a backup. Cossa should be the backup right now behind Talbot, because it's not taking any years off his eligibility anyways. He should be the backup because he gives you a better chance to win. If you go out there in Philly right now and Talbot gives up 3 goals in the first period, you're telling me you're going to feel comfortable to move in with Billy Husso? No, you can't do that. You can't expect this team to expect to win when you have that guy in net. Dylan Larkin said it himself that this guy putting Sebastian Cossa in there gave them a shot in the arm, gave them some adrenaline. That's what you fucking need right now. You're sitting in mediocrity in perpetuity, and that cannot happen. You are the Detroit Red Wings. You are the best American hockey team of all time. Act like it. Act like making the playoffs means something, because it fucking does. And when you weren't making it last year by the overtime loss metric, I was okay with it. But this team is objectively worse defensively, and Billy Husso is objectively bad as a goaltender. You cannot start him in the National Hockey League with 4 guys on your defensive core that shouldn't be in the league and expect to win games. It's embarrassing to us as fans, and it shows that the Detroit Red Wings have no prospect of making the playoffs this year if Billy Husso is in net with the guys he has in front of him.
Let him cook.
Well said, Spenny.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, that's bullshit at this point, but I got one of these real quick, fellas. They just dropped the season ticket prices for next year for the Lions. We talked about Fahad. This might be a blessing in disguise for this guy. Holy shit. My cousin just got raised $570 per seat in the upper bowl per seat, $570. Yep. And I just saw this tweet from Sweta Patel.
Shout
in
out.
2023, hers were $1,558. In 2024, $2,798. In 2025, $3,438. Within 2 years, they have almost gone up $2,000 for 2 seats.
Whoa, hold on.
Price of doing business, man.
Yeah,
$500, you said the first year? Or
they basically have gone up $1,900 in the last 2 years.
That's what happens when you got a Super Bowl winner, man.
It's kind of fucked up to be like season ticket holders though. Like the ones that've been, if you're coming in new, I understand like upping the price on those guys. People have been loyal to you through the fucking bullshit.
Think how much money?
They should get a little bit of a discount.
How much money these season ticket holders are making off these tickets? Like, I forget who somebody said it.
And that's fair. But how much more money
they sold two
games?
games. They sold 2 games and they made their money back on their season ticket.
No, I was talking about yesterday, my boy Devin.
So like,
I don't care. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
That's capitalism, brother. They're not gonna let the season ticket holders make more money than they're making.
No, they're making tons of money.
Yeah,
I agree. They should set a limit.
That's why they're making tons of money.
They should set a limit of how much they should increase for, like, per year for the loyal, like, Lions loyal members.
Yeah,
like one.
It's not like capitalism.
Yeah.
That's monopoly.
No, that's capitalism.
Because you're the only one with the Lions tickets. You are the Detroit Lions.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. We talked about it earlier today on Ermanni Edwards with Maz. Shout out 2 to 4 right here on Woodward Sports. We talked about it. So you're going to see a lot more Buffalo Bills fans, a lot more Buffalo Bills Mafia in town for that game, unfortunately, because the Lions fans, a lot of people are making a lot of good coin on the secondary market selling their season tickets for this game specifically.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
Again, if it's someone who's made an investment in your team since before you were this product, they deserve a discount.
I think it's more newer fans.
There should be some loyalty to those people.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. There should be, but the world's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, they're a business.
It's not even a sunshine and rainbow thing. It's just like that's a business should be. I mean, that's how that's how business should be. But that's not how business is. Unfortunately, like they definitely should. They should definitely have discounts for guys that have had season tickets for 10 seasons, stuff like that for sure. But unfortunately, that's not how this works. I don't know if we get a lot of Bills Mafia today or this weekend. This is a big game.
This is a big game.
See this one.
Yeah.
Maybe some Lions fans buying those tickets as well too. Don't forget. But
yeah, if it's season ticket holders, if you're selling your tickets to
Do it to someone you know.
someone on another team, to another team's fan, you better jack those up 3 times face value.
Yep.
Because if they want to come here, they shout out raise the sales. If they want to come here, they gotta pay. They gotta come out of pocket.
yeah, I just figure you're gonna lose that rowdy or rambunctious atmosphere that Ford Field wants to have. You keep upping the prices like that. There's gonna be a lot of snooty people that won't get up and cheer.
Prices were
that
pretty
won't
high this
fucking
year.
get in
It's
Matt
still been
LaFleur's
great.
face. Like it's gonna hit that point, and it's just I don't like that. But we got an entire show to do. Lots of Detroit Lions talk on this one. First, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or upgrade to the Black Card and get used to amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. For more information, go to Planet Fitness or join on planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Catherine at KDK Law got your back. Just tell them the heavyweight sent you and they will pay your first-time filing fee. Dial the number 248-971-0476, and they got you covered. And what? That's family law, guys. Divorce, child custody, visitation, whatever it may be, including criminal law, too. It's Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law. They got your back. What up, though? Welcome back to What Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm joined by Spimo Rex.
What up, though?
No Young Chris. We got Unky Skeet in the building.
What's up,
Crash
everybody?
out Koloff as well. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Detroit Lions for Buffalo Bills injury update. Spinny. DJ Reader still not practicing.
Spenny, a company man, corporate shill. Screw the little guy. I mean, no, it's just unfortunately how it goes.
I mean, you were kind of rooting for it.
I'm not rooting. How was I rooting for it?
That's not the way
I
you're
would love
talking.
to afford to be able to go to Lions games. I haven't been to one this year because the price has been so crazy.
Shout out to Crack Man.
Well, I did go to the one
Take
that I
me on
got
a
free
date.
tickets for.
Oh, yeah.
That we lost. Rip. So maybe you guys don't want me there.
See a lot of comments or a lot of stuff on Twitter for Fahad. I love that.
Yeah, shout out Fahad.
Hopefully he
Fahad
gets
down the
hooked
field.
up, man. Fahad down the field, man. Get that guy some tickets. He's taking a class, he said, tonight, so maybe he can go to Sunday's game. He doesn't have his season tickets
Yeah, that's
anymore,
whack.
but it is what it is. I mean, shit. We found out why. They're up on the prices nearly $2,000.
But we do have the practice report from today. And everybody practiced in some capacity except for Trevor Nowoski, dealing with a concussion. I didn't even know that, so I'd assume he's not going to play. But Levi, back, limited practice. DJ Reader, back on the field, limited practice and individual drills, I heard. And Taylor Decker, Ali McNeil, Josh Pascal, all practicing in full. You love to hear that.
Yeah, Taylor Decker spoke with the media yesterday. Definitely sounds like he's going to be playing. Like, we talked about the impact of that one, especially in the game where you're facing the number 2 offense behind you. Lots of points could end up being a shootout. You're going to want Taylor Decker healthy for that one. DJ Reader is probably the one, and maybe even Levi has a Reek out there on there too, but more so DJ Reader, the one where I'm probably leaning towards maybe out or doubtful, just because he's been doing like individual stuff on the side with trainers versus like team participant stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. I think the big name, we'll get to in the second segment as well, but Ali McNeil, Josh Pascal, full practice. You'll love to see that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. I already expressed yesterday and earlier in the week on how important I think Josh Pascal is to this game when it comes to containing Josh Allen. But him and Ali McNeil are huge. If DJ Reader can't go, I'm still holding out hope that he can go. It was good that he practiced today. You need Ali McNeil out there for sure. So having those guys, listen, 4 of your top 7 on your rotation on your defensive line all on the list. Like it's crazy, but that's how football works. And it definitely, obviously, it's hit the Lions super hard this year, but everybody's a little banged up at some point in the season. At this point in the season, especially, Dan Campbell talks about it all the time, that in the beginning of the year, it's the best you're going to feel all year. Like it's just going to keep getting worse. It's a war of attrition. So it's good to see these guys back practicing. It's great to see Josh Pascal getting a full practice today because he was limited yesterday, but him out there full practice on a Thursday normally means you're going to play.
Yeah, and just listen to some of the media pieces that come out yesterday. Some of the Lions were in pads, and that would make more sense why you wouldn't have a Josh Pascal out there for that day, or some of the other guys as well too. But moving to the Buffalo Bills side of things, some good news. Obviously, you don't like injuries for anybody, but good news from the matchup for the Detroit Lions. Both starting safeties, Damar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp, out. Well, not out for the game, but did not participate for the Buffalo Bills yesterday. Although Damar Hamlin did practice Monday or Wednesday, he wasn't out there today. Rasul Douglas, their starting cornerback, their CB1, out 2 days consecutively in practice.
Ooh.
That's plus news for the Detroit Lions, and Taylor Rapp as well.
Well, we know it'll take a lot for Damar Hamlin not to play. Like, the man is a fighter. He comes back from a lot. But it's, again, you don't want to root for injuries.
You'd have to kill him to take him off the field, some might say.
Some might say, the man wants to die on the field, some might say. But these guys being out in the Bills secondary is huge because the Bills secondary already isn't that good. So when you're going to be seeing backups now on top of that, expect Jared Goff and these wide receivers to get a little loose against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, especially if these guys can't go.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking – I'm spilling to a little bit, like I was going to say, next segment, but a Jahmyr Gibbs game for sure.
Yeah, the Bills are not good at handling running backs out of the backfield.
No, and if it gets past that initial line defense, 'cause I think the defensive line is probably the strength of that team. Mm-hmm. Although the cornerback service is pretty good too, but I mean, Gibby, man, we know how he gets down. He is one of the most explosive running backs in the entire NFL by far. I believe he has the most yards per carry out of all the guys with, like, obviously major carries, not one dude who just has one scamper but only touches the ball 3-4 times a year. Like, Jahmyr Gibbs one of those ones, man. I think this is a big game for him, especially if all those guys are missing the secondary. Safeties, I should say, specifically.
Yeah. You're going to have probably some rookies, some practice squad guys out there. I know, the Lions fans don't want to hear about that because we've seen practice squad guys out there the past 3 weeks. But for less coached teams, less talented teams than the Detroit Lions, that could be depleting injuries. So
I do have some bad news, though, for Detroit Lions. Your guy, Keon Coleman, back. He's been out for a little while for Buffalo Bills. More likely he's 2 straight practices full. I think that helps them in this matchup just because of the man coverage we play. I don't think any of the receivers are likely to go off other than Keon Coleman, a guy who doesn't get too much separation but can fucking dunk on you if he wants to. Former MSU basketball player.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Keon Coleman.
And then the other one, too, I want to put out there. Actually, 2 of them real quick. Dwayne Smoot, they're one of the defensive linemen. Looks like he'll be back. I don't know if he'll be activated off the practice or off the injury reserve, but he's been practicing full all this week. And then the other one, Dalton Kincaid. They get all their guys back, of course, against the Detroit Lions. Dalton Kincaid looking like he'll be active for this one, too. So a couple names to keep an eye out for, but it's still going to be a banger no matter what.
Yeah, no, it's 2 good teams. I'm not worried about Keon Coleman as much. I think our secondary will be able to take care of him. Our corners, whoever is on him, whether it be Terrion or Carlton Davis. You better hope it's not Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis will put him through hell. But welcome to the league, bro. Carlton Davis, best cornerback in the league since week 9. But Dalton Kincaid he's a good player. Josh Allen likes him as a target. He's a big body in the red zone, so he might make. And we saw Tucker Kraft get a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, I would say, is better than Tucker Kraft. So I'm
not gonna lie. I started this week -10 for my Detroit Lions. With those 2 back, I'd be willing to peel back to -5, -5.
-5, a 5-point swing for those 2 guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
With all those safeties and cornerbacks you just mentioned being out.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's crazy.
Josh Allen. Listen, is one thing we're just facing Josh Allen in the Allen Nets, but these guys can make plays. Especially if you got a guy out there who's scrambling around, running around. Keon Coleman's a guy, close coverage, a contested catch. That's what he does best. He's not a guy that gets great separation. And then, obviously, we know who Kincaid is because he's the only guy who competed with Sam Laporta last year.
Yeah.
And the same like, young experience, too, is like you're scratching your head like these damn rookie tight ends. Bauer's doing it again, too, Nick.
I was a big Bowers guy, no doubt. But real quick.
I'm not worried about Keon Coleman at all.
Me neither. On the 2 safeties being out, fellas, gets into a little bit.
Waymo.
I know we're going to break it down next.
Yes, we will. But first, tell us about Feldman Chevrolet.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
All right, guys. Woodward Sports will be telling you guys about jars for a minute, but check out the new locations coming soon to Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, and Milan, Michigan. But also, we got 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, repping Detroit in a big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit. It's Jars Cannabis. There's always one nearby.
And on game days, make sure you check out Woodward and Maine with insights from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. And after that, make sure you check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Belegian. Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports, live at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Come join the party at Second Best Bar for the pregame show. Come get some.
It's live on WoodwardSports.com. Means Joe by Spin More Racks. Unky, Skeet, Koloff, the Crash Out. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Spinny, it's time to get into it. What Detroit Lions are most important to this game? We're picking 3 from each side of the ball. Give me one from your defense.
One from the Detroit Lions defense?
Yes, sir.
One player who is going to have an extreme impact in this game is Josh Pascal. I've said it before. I will say it again. He is one of, if not the best defensive ends in the NFL when it comes to setting the edge and containing the pocket. Josh Allen, the big, dumb unicorn that he is so good at extending plays, obviously getting out of the pocket and just using his legs to not only extend drives, but to pick up first downs and to score. So you're going to need to keep him in the pocket as much as possible. You're going to need to keep that pocket contained as much as possible. Don't open up rushing lanes for him. And Josh Pascal being back is huge.
Yeah, I agree with that one. We talked about it yesterday. The big games teams have had against us running have been in the absence of Josh Pascal. And this is last week. You see 3 rushing touchdowns that one, too. My number one in this matchup is Aleem McNeil. I think if you get that interior pressure, and by the way, they got Dawkins in there, so I get it's going to be a tougher job than typically. But Aleem McNeil, that interior pressure, we know how frantic that can make certain quarterbacks. We know Josh Allen is just behind it right there with JG. Actually, we'll just say interceptions. He throws interceptions when he gets pressured like that. Also, it just doesn't allow him the time to pick a hole along that offensive line or gap to run through. He just has to force to just roll out at that point and make a decision whether he's going to chuck it up at last minute before going out of bounds, running it, or just taking that thing out of bounds. But I think Aleem McNeil, if he's able to get off the ball and get towards Josh Allen quicker, that makes everything easier on everybody else. Who's your number 2 guy as defenders?
My number 2 guy as a defender on this team is going to be Kerbert Joseph Esquire III. Kerbert. Like, apparently some analysts think that the weak part of the Lions defense is when you attack us with the vertical passing game. So that's obviously where Sean McDermott and Josh Allen are going to attack the Detroit Lions, is down the field with stretch passes. But, in all seriousness, he is the biggest playmaker on your team. He is the biggest game changer on your team. He takes the ball away at a higher rate than anybody else in the NFL. So you need him to go out there and to make a play. You saw him. Did he get the fumble recovery or the forced fumble against the Packers?
No, the forced fumble was Davis,
Was
and
it
then
Carlton?
the recovery was I don't know who got the recovery, to be honest with
It
you.
might have been Kirby. It
might have been Robertson.
I remember Kirby standing right in the picture, but this guy is always around the ball, and Josh Allen does have a big arm. Josh Allen has some threats in the passing game when you look at Shakir and Keon Coleman and his 2 big tight ends that they like to go down the seam and down the sideline with. So Kirby Joseph, if he gets an interception, that's a very good chance of you winning the game. So Kirby is one of my playmakers.
Scurby. I don't know who got that fumble recovery. Somebody look that up. I'm kind of curious now.
It was Turner, said Terry.
Shout out Ezekiel Turner.
Or Long. Everybody's saying Long.
I love Ezekiel Turner.
David Long Jr.
Number 2 for me on this list is Brian Branch. I just think you got a guy right there who's hovering around, in the box, always playing back in coverage. You got Dalton Kincaid back. I think Brian Branch is going to be a big piece of Detroit Lions defense going into this game. You need him to cover those short routes and intermediate routes, whether it be those curl routes they're throwing against the Rams, whether it be the tight end, Dalton Kincaid coming back. Obviously, Knox used to be a threat in this league too. I don't want to sleep on him at all either. But also, Josh Allen, we know he can run. And let's make him second guess that with Brian Branch. You saw what he did with Josh Jacobs last week, knocked him on his ass. That's a guy who typically takes 2 to 3 men to tackle him every single time. Not with Brian Branch. And it wasn't like Brian Branch was chilling in the box in that play. He was up top high, came down crashing. I think Brian Branch going to be big for this one because we have a scrambling quarterback, and we're not going to do spy. We're man cover defense. We like to blitz a lot. Brian Branch can be important for this one, stopping Josh Allen.
Mike Hilton in the Woodward Sports chat, $2 super chat, says, I'm a number 2 guy right now, literally. So I guess heavyweights are his time to poop. He seems to be doing it every day. That's good, though. That is a good sign of a healthy colon, that you have scheduled poops. My third guy on defense that I'm looking at to be a breakout player for this Detroit Lions, to be an X factor in this game, is Amik Robertson.
Our fan today, Brian Branch about to lose a game check.
Brian Branch might lose.
Might be that type of game, boys.
Might be that type of. He might.
Gotta be about that ass.
He's gonna punch Josh Allen in the mouth.
No, we getting this motherfucker.
I'm looking at Amik Robertson in this game because we know that Shakir and Josh Allen, that's kind of his favorite target outside of the tight ends is Shakir. They 100% completed passes when he targets him or something like that. Wow. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's never not caught a target from Josh Allen this year or something. It's something wild like that. Don't quote me on the exact part of it, but I think Amik Robertson, eliminating him, who has kind of become a security blanket for Josh Allen in times, will be a big factor to just take away another thing that he likes to do in this offense and to make him overthink some of his reads. If Amik Robertson could get in there, punch a ball out, or hit Shakir when he gets the ball in his hands and gets him to the ground before he gets past the sticks, will be extremely impressive.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but somebody put it out there, Amik Robinson's coverage grade, and they're like, it should be a good game for Shakir. Quote tweeted it. Good luck.
Yeah.
Amik?
Yeah, he did.
Dog.
Amik's talking a little choppy on the X machine, so
dog.
I love it, man.
I know they have a lot of weird lineups too, because I guess they line up in trips more than any other team in the league, but they also line up in jumbo a little bit more than any team in the league. So my number 3 guy is another guy who's going to be in the box quite often, and there's another guy who's becoming the captain of this defense, Captain Jack
Meat Missile,
Campbell, formerly known as the Meat Missile. I think Jack Campbell's will be huge in this one for the exact same reasons I told you Brian Branch would be in a Josh Allen scramble situation. You saw what he did against Caleb Williams. He let that motherfucker know. I got to be honest with you, just off the top of my head, I don't know how many more scrambles Caleb Williams had after that. But
no, not a lot.
I think Jack Campbell needs to treat Josh Allen with the same exact treatment. And I think Josh Allen, watching tape on the MF, better know it's the same exact treatment for him as well. He's going to be very aware of number 46 out there. Mm-hmm. Jack Campbell, I'm waiting for it too, your first career interception. I think the number one thing to beat this team, and almost any team, is make them one-dimensional. We got to make sure we stop that run. I have faith that Lee McNeil's going to cause these double teams. Pat O'Connor, whoever it may be, Jack Campbell has to come in, swoop in those holes, shut down the run, and make Josh Allen beat us individually.
I agree.
Nick, how you feeling about these defenders?
Brian Branch, Aleem the Dream, Captain Jack Campbell. I mean, you guys hit it. These guys all have to step up against this elite offense, an elite quarterback in Josh Allen. And I like what you had to say about Captain Jack Campbell. Mm-hmm. One of the guys I want to highlight, though, you cannot let James Cook go off and beat you in this game, in the passing game as well as the run game. I think Jack Campbell is going to have to be a big factor, watching out for not just Josh Allen, but James Cook out of the backfield as well. You can't let him get out, scamper for those 15, 20-yarders, big chunk plays out of the backfield. Not in the rushing game, because I think we'll be good and set right there, but in the receiving game. I think that can change the game, and if they pick up some big first downs. So you got to stop that, and I think Captain Jack's the right guy to do it.
That's a great point. And Jack Campbell won. I know we gave our 3. We need those bigger body guys, those guys playing the box to be out there and show out there. Because I just looked it up now. The Bills have used jumbo personnel, 6+ offensive linemen, 15% of the plays, and that's number 1 in the league. That's over the Detroit Lions, and we know we use that quite a bit. So I just think we're going to need some bigger body bigs out there and make sure they look dusty.
I like it. Pete, who's your X factor for this game for the Lions defense?
Well, you guys have named all the big guys. your opinions on Ezekiel Turner. I
I
mean, the
love
guy's going to have
Turner.
to step up, number 47 over there. I mean, he's going to have to step up and play, pretty much. I think he's going to have to have a career game to stop James Cook and Josh Allen from doing things that we don't want them to do, which is 5 yards or more. So I'm going to go with Ezekiel Turner as an X factor, guys. What do you guys think?
I like it. I like it. That
Turner.
linebacking core is pieced together with Band-Aids and duct tape. So whoever it is, whether it be Ezekiel Turner or David Long Jr. or Quan Alexander, whoever's getting out there next to Jack is going to have to make some plays, and we've seen Ezekiel Turner do it the past couple of weeks.
There you
A
go.
couple comments from Woodward Sports Chat. Art Vandalay, Josh Allen, better not do a Caleb sideline tightrope because a meat missile about to take your spleen.
Yeah, and you better believe that.
Get all up in them guts.
Pause. As hard as they were coming at Caleb Williams, they're going to have to come even harder at Josh Allen because he is a much bigger, much more physical man. And he's still like goofy, whimsical kind of guy, but he's been in the league for a while now. He's a fucking grown man. Like he's a big dude. So I love Josh Allen personally. Like he's one of my favorite players to watch play in the NFL, but you got a lot of meat coming for you this week, Josh Allen. Pause.
Hey, shout out to Phil. Good luck shoveling the driveway. Pro tip: keep the cars in the driveway if you don't want to shovel. That's the best, but it absolutely sucks. Shoveling sucks sometimes.
Yeah, I'd rather shovel snow than rake leaves, though.
I don't know about
Because
that.
I hate putting the leaves in the bag.
That part does suck.
It depends
Shoveling
on
snow,
the
you
snow.
just shovel it and you're done with it.
That's fair. It's cold though.
I really hate when those fucking trucks come by. Or the
is it right in front of your house again?
Centerline's such a small city that the side streets get plowed. Like Warren's doesn't, but Centerline's do. And they come by
Warren.
and there'll be Warren. There'll be like a 2-foot mound of just slush and snow at the bottom of our driveway, and you gotta go. Last year we had to go down there with like a fucking hammer and like break it up.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's wild.
Especially when it freezes and gets hardened over. Shout out to Xavier D. He also says Muhammad, another good game coming. I like that one
Pat
too,
O'Connor, Muhammad, those guys are going to be moving around on the outside. I bet we see Pat O'Connor get some outside snaps in this one to try to have a big body out there to contain Josh Allen at the line of scrimmage. So, I'm excited.
Well, when we get back, let's give you our top 3 offenders. It's not Jay-Z, it's not Diddy, it's the Detroit Lions offensive players. But first, tell us about Dr. Pierce.
I will, because attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday with Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Do
Do you want to know where the best Lions party is December 15th?
Would I?
Join us at Detroit's very own second best bar in Detroit, located at 42 Watson Street, right by all the stadiums, for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show, only at second best bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Shout out to Christopher Goins in the Woodward Sports chat. You are the GOAT, sir. I am just a humble servant of the people. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash the like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Unky Skeet, I am Spencer. We are the heavyweights. We just did 3 defenders to look out for the Detroit Lions. Let's go to the other side of the ball, and let's look at 3 offensive players for the Detroit Lions. Offenders. And I'm going to start. I'm going to go number 1. And I look at it. It's his first game back from injury. He plays one of the most important roles on this offense, being Goff's blindside protection. Taylor Decker being back in this game, I think, is extremely important. Easy said it earlier in the week that having him there allows you to do some of these late-breaking routes, these longer developing plays, and I think they're going to get a little fancy in this one. We saw Ben Johnson and what he likes to do with the trick plays, with the hoopla, with the this and that. You didn't see a lot of that when Dan Skipper was in there at the left tackle position, and that is an important factor of Taylor Decker being in this game. You get back some of the fun in the offense. You get back some of the trick plays. I already talked about them having Gibbs have that sweep to the outside pitch back to J-Mo. I thought they were setting up last week. I think there's going to be a little razzle dazzle, a little spice in the Lions' offensive game plan this week, because having your big left tackle back is extremely important for Goff, for this offense and this offensive line and their communication.
Number 1 for me, and Taylor Decker is definitely going to help this out, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he is the number 1 X factor for the Detroit Lions on this offense. Going to this matchup against the Buffalo Bills, we're up to 7th most yards per play in the entirety of the NFL. I heard Ben Johnson give him credit. They're stopping plays in the backfield, all that. It's not going to happen against the Detroit Lions. It may happen once or twice, 3 times, maybe, sparingly. But not enough to stop Jahmyr Gibbs for averaging that 5.7 he's been on all season. And the reason why he averaged that 5.7 is he can take it 70 to the crib at any moments. If you're missing your safeties, if you're missing your Rasul Douglas, I don't even think is that sick. I mean, he's good, but he's not
great.
Yeah, not great.
Not great, Bob.
This is Jahmyr Gibbs' game, man. I think Taylor Decker, obviously got Penei Sewell. Let this guy get back in the linebackers and the secondary. He's going to make a move and take it. I'm going to say, give me 3 explosive runs on Jahmyr Gibbs.
3?
3 explosive runs.
Wow.
And explosive, I mean
3?
20 plus?
15 to 20 or more. What?
20 plus?
Fuck, I'll give me 2 20 pluses. Give me 2 20 pluses.
Take the over on Jahmyr Gibbs is what you're hearing here, but I love that. Yeah,
That's what you hear and listen.
Gibby is a monster, dude, and I got to go. I know this is the easy out. I know this is every week he's the most important player on the offense, but Jared Thomas Goff. This guy has been playing like an MVP every single game this year, -1. And we saw him bounce back last week after he threw the interception, led an impressive scoring drive with a lot of completed passes. The Green Bay Packers sold out to stop the defense. They forced Jared Goff to beat them, and he went out there and beat them. I expected him to do that last week. I expect him to have another good game this week. Remember, the only other time Jared Goff has worn these black Motor City jerseys, he had a perfect game. So at home, again, 3 weeks you're at home now consecutively, 10 days rest. Jared Goff he's back in his things. I expect him to go out there and have another game, man. Especially with the banged-up secondary. They're going to be selling out to stop the run like everybody will be against the Lions for the rest of the year. Expect Jared Goff to catch them sleeping.
And I wrote this down. I was trying to get to it, but Jahmyr Gibbs leads all running backs in explosive run rate, 17.8% by significant margin this season. And that's a minimum of 75 carries. Nick, who is your number 1 offender for the Detroit Lions in this matchup?
My number 1 offender should put these backup safeties, they should be having nightmares all week, and it is Way-Mo. I've been so impressed with the development from Jameson Williams. Think about it, fellas. Back-to-back weeks, 5 catches in a game. He had 80 yards last week. I think that number gets up to 100 this week. I think he finally does break the big one, and I'm not talking 20. I'm not talking 30. I'm talking 40 yards
plus.
What are you
talking?
Downfield for a touchdown. Jameson Williams can absolutely break this game open, but to Spenny's point, Taylor Decker having Jared Goff's blindside has to allow him to do so.
Yeah, I got to swing over that one real quick just because it was already on my list. Jameson Williams has been lighting it up in zone coverage.
Yeah. You can't play zone on that guy. Are you fucking kidding me? That gives him space to either get going or catch the ball with space. Like, you play zone on that guy, you're dead.
Let him
And you
cook.
can't play man on him either unless you're bragging him over top. He's a cheat code.
And the Buffalo Bills play zone the highest amount of any team in the NFL right now.
And so see J-Mo on one of those 7-yard comeback routes where he just runs full speed to get the safety running backwards, then turns around, catches the ball, tries to make a move in the open field. He's going to break a tackle. We already talked about they're having the inexperience of the secondary back there. I like it.
Yeah, Jameson Williams. This is back in October, but a lot of those crossers, the average route per run is at 14.3.
Yeah.
As those crossers, he rips them, you get it, and he's gone.
And now we're seeing him do that more in this year. So at the beginning of the year, he missed a couple of them because he was just going full speed crossing the field, and Goff was trying to get it out to him with a laser. Now he's getting more comfortable in there. He's slowing down in the pocket. He's slowing down to find that soft spot in the zone to where he can get the ball and then accelerate. So he's getting more comfortable as the season goes on in that crosser formation.
41.7% of his targets come in those intermediate routes against zone defense. So Jameson Williams going to eat this week for sure. Lock it. I think I was looking at it last night. It was over and over. It was like 52.
Yeah.
It's higher than it used to be, but I'm flirt with it. I'll take it.
I'll take it too. Pause. My third star of the game for the Detroit Lions offense is the other big fella. And I'm not talking Penei Sewell because you don't got to worry about him. I'm talking about the guy Taylor Decker's replacing that replaced Taylor Decker in Dan Skipper. Yes. Having Big Dan back in his swing tackle role is going to be extremely important for this Lions rushing attack. They put him out there as that third tackle, as that big body tight end, and move him at the line of scrimmage, move him in formations and different things to be a lead blocker or to kick out a block on the offensive line. I expect Dan Skipper to be back out there moving from left to right, getting these offensive linemen rolling downhill against Buffalo Bills defenders will be extremely important. And when you got Big Dan Skipper, who's fucking 6'10", 340 pounds, running at you in the open field, you're either taking a hit or you're turning around and running the other way. So having him back at his home in this offense in that swing tackle position will be very good for the Lions' run game.
This one's not even fair to grab, and I was going to say Laporta, but he has a game coming up. He has to after last week. Amon-Ra St. Brown. But there's no one in this league better.
You just got Amon-Ra St. Brown
finding holes in those zones than Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the only person I put in the conversation with him, maybe Cooper Kupp. That's it. He just had Xavier Levitt on his podcast, and they asked him, "Hey, build your perfect wide receiver, hands, speed," and they said IQ. Looked at Amon-Ra and said you. And that's because he's great at finding those holes in the coverage. Jared Goff's great at finding them once he does.
They didn't say anything about Equinemius on his perfect receiver.
Yeah, right. Not saying anything about Equinemius and the perfect receiver. But then obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown can make plays after he gets that ball. He doesn't take stupid hits. And I just think he needs a little bounce back game. Not that last week was bad by any means, but it's not the Amon-Ra game you're used to seeing. It's not the all-pro game you're used to seeing. No touchdowns, under 80 yards. Amon-Ra needs to bounce back in a big way personally. Not for this team specifically because we'll win regardless. But Nick, how you feel about the list and who are the other two?
Yeah, I'll go. One was Decker just because I think that's so important for Goff to be good Goff in this game. And, not just good, but he's battling against MVP favorite Josh Allen. We need great Goff. But 5 of Sam Laporta's catches last week, or 4 of the 5, were 4 first downs. So I did like that you were going to mention Sam Laporta because it looks like he is starting to get going. And I don't think this offense has hit its ceiling yet, which is scary because Sam Laporta hasn't even gotten going yet.
I know.
So if you can get your second team all-pro tight end going to go along with the emergence of Jameson Williams, both of these running backs going crazy, it's going to be scary. And I think you can see that Goff is starting to regain that confidence in Sam Laporta that he had throughout his rookie season. I think he shows up big in this game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one because their linebackers outside of Milano, I don't know how many of them you're kind of fearful of, with all due respect.
Is Milano even back? I thought wasn't he injured?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, okay.
He played pretty well last week, but
he's a good player.
Yeah, we just got too many weapons, man.
Yeah,
too many weapons.
You can't scheme for it. How do you want it? Herman Moore said it earlier, talking about you might stop a play, but you're not going to stop the guys.
Yeah.
Well, you can stop a play of this Lions offense, but you're not going to stop the players. That is Quoted from Herman Moore.
It's Ben Johnson just speaking on like the development of Jared Goff the past 3 years. He spoke to like
We got that video.
You know, one of the biggest. Oh, you got that video? I'm just ripping it to the dirt sometimes.
Yeah.
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 I bet. Let's come back. Let's
go to break. We'll come back with that. You want to do Dan Orlovsky first?
Yeah. You got that Ben Johnson video you're saying? Or?
We got Ben Johnson and we got Aaron Glenn talking about Josh Allen.
Well, I was finishing real quick. I don't know if it's the same video or not, but Ben Johnson talking about JG.
Oh, no, it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's like long. It's the 2 questions he did about Jared Goff.
Bet.
Yeah. We're going to go to break. We'll come back. You want to do the Ben Johnson on Jared Goff?
I'm down, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll come back with Ben Johnson talking about his quarterback one. But first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut special. Just scan that QR code in the corner and get your coupon today. Where are you getting a $20 haircut? Lady Jane's, that's where. It's not just a haircut. Comes with a hot leather neck shave, a scalp massage, and a hot towel treatment. Just scan the QR code to get your coupon today. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
The Detroit Lions watch party and post-game show on Woodward Sports and the best coverage you'll find on game day. And they're both live from Hayes Social. Come out and join the heavyweights this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of my families are going to be out there this weekend. It is at Hayes Social, and of course, Thick and Anson on the post-game show, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
And I think the things that get overlooked with him is when I call a bad play against the wrong defense, he quickly responds, and he's quick to dirt the ball right away and live for another day. He doesn't want to make a bad play any worse and create a negative. So I think that's where that gets overlooked in this league a little bit. Guys want to create and they want to extend the play, and he's learned to be, hey, we got good, talented players. Let's live to the next down, and we'll overcome at the next play.
Yeah, just a quick follow-up in that red zone play. When Amon-Ra's lined up on the touchdown pass to Patrick, and he lined up as a running back. Dan mentioned how that play worked as well designed as it was because Jared processed very quickly where he had to go with the ball.
Yeah.
How much trust do you have to? I mean, how long does it take to build that kind of trust to make sure he's going to be able to process that quickly?
Well, no, I think it's the fact that he's going to year 9 right now. He's seeing the field better than he ever has. The game has legitimately slowed down, and we see this every single day with Hendon Hooker. All right, not to put the spotlight on him, but as a young player, there's a lot going on with the different tempos that we use, with the shifts and motions that we use, with the cadences that we use, and you can kind of see him over the course of the year so far this year. He's gotten better and better and better, and then you put Jared out there, and just how much slower and calmer the game is for him at this point. He's been 9 years into it now at this point, so he can identify quickly if a defender's been out leveraged and we can get an easy one to the drag route that Amon-Ra was running, or if he needs to progress to 2 to 3 to 4. And he's just gotten faster and faster over the last 3 years that we've had him.
And there you have it. That's your offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, Ben Johnson, in regards to Jared Goff and his development and what he's become over the past 3 years within that scheme, within that system. And not just the scheme and system, but the weapons as well. That's what I was going to point out before we went to break, is the fact that there may be a play that Ben Johnson taking the blame, as a leader should, right? Hold yourself accountable. When he says that, I called a bad play, he'll skip it into the dirt because he knows he has talented players around him to make up for it the next drive. Not even the next drive, but the next play even. Like Jared Goff, that's the one part where I feel like some of the people, and I get it because like I've done it myself too. You stick so hard on your side in a battle that you plant your heels. But like what a lot of people have been able to like admit is the development of this guy the past 3 years has been amazing. And the reason why it clicked for me in this offseason, where I'm like, hey, this is going to be his best year, it's year 3 of this.
Yeah.
He's not the one of those quarterbacks who's going to try to extend the plays. He doesn't necessarily have the tool set to, go out there on the run and make some of the throws you've seen Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson do while scampering out of bounds in the last minute and whatnot. He's going to use the weapons around him. And so I'll skip that ball in the dirt because guess what? I know I got Sam Laporta the next play.
Yep.
I know I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I know I got Amon-Ra. I know I got Jameson Williams. We'll get that play back at some point down the field. He's mitigating his risk while also maximizing his opportunities. And this is the best version of Jared Goff by far.
Yeah, you just heard Ben Johnson say that exact thing. Like if he said, if I call the wrong play or I call the bad play against this defense, Goff will dirt it because he knows that, okay, next play, yeah, we lose a play, but I get the ball in my hands or in the hands to one of my receivers or one of my playmakers, and they're going to make it happen. So you love to hear that out of your offensive coordinator, him saying that he has so much faith in his quarterback to make the right decision because he's been doing it for a while now. Like you said, 9 years in the league. This is his third year in the Ben Johnson system. So you expect him to go out there and make the right decision at the right time. So shout out to Ben Johnson and Jared Goff for – remember when they first got here and they sat in a room for
3 days?
3 days and drew up this offense.
3 days with Chick-fil-A and the tropical smoothie, and they just and then he says it. If you guys watch the entire interview with Ben Johnson, is like it wasn't helping JG develop, was just finding like what worked for him, and that's what I love. That's what you should do as a coach.
Yes,
you see it all the time. These coaches are trying to force their system, their scheme from wherever they came from, Matt Patricia, and this is the only way we could do it. You see them fail every time and time after again. The coaches who get somewhere and they're okay, this is the player I got here. This is my X factor. How can I make him run? How can I make this work? When you have a quarterback, it's your most important position on the offense. You sit and spend that time. Hey JG, where are you struggling? Okay, protections, we'll work on that. What are you best at? Play action? Okay, let's deliver on that. And then you have Brad Holmes just constantly sprinkling freaking, usually it's a Salt Bay meme, but Brad Holmes is a diamond meme. Just fucking, oh, little Jahmyr Gibbs here. Oh, little Sam Laporta here. Oh, Jameson Williams there. Like, fuck it. Like, it's been the perfect, and shout out to Brad Holmes, not even just like confidence in JG and having him here. Obviously, they weren't going to trade him right away regardless, but like just knowing that you're going to surround this kid with the pieces you need to be successful. And then also JG just having that development, being studious and like making himself better, those critiques himself. I talked about it with his dad this offseason at training camp. Like, this is what you're seeing, because he's knows this offense like the back of his hand. It's even if you got pressure on him, even if there's someone in his face, he knows where his guy's supposed to be. And it's at a point in team chemistry-wise, too, he has faith in those guys to make the play.
Yeah, he knows everyone's responsibility in this offense, where they're going to be at and when they're going to be there. And he's got such a good rapport with all of his pass catchers that he knows where they like the ball and how they like to catch it. So it's important that he is so in tune with Ben Johnson and what they want to do. Like Ben Johnson said in the second part of that clip, after he got done talking about him just dirting the ball and moving on, that when they're in the red zone and he calls these plays, Jared Goff knows from the snap where he's going to go based on how the position of his receiver has. If he's got outside leverage on the outbreaking route, obviously that's an easy touchdown for him there. Like we saw Amon-Ra St. Brown do on the headstand touchdown. It was just easy outside breaking, 3 yard out. He had the outside position, boop, easy pitch and catch. If it's not there, you look in the middle and you see Tim Patrick hit a nasty crossover and be wide open on the inside leverage. And so Jared Goff knows where he's going to go with the ball in all of the crunch time situations, and that is because how comfortable he is in this system and how comfortable he is with his pass catchers and his play caller.
Yeah. Nick?
Yeah, well spoken, fellas. And I wanted to ask you guys a question, and it's what's been the most impressive skill that Jared Goff you guys think has worked on over these last 4 years? Because to me, leadership really stands out. I don't know if he was ever a leader on that Rams team, but I wanted to get your guys' viewpoint on that.
For me, it's between the years, man. It's the processing, the development, and just sticking your nose in that playbook and just knowing it by heart because we've seen the outcome. I mean, going 18 for 18 is not a normal thing.
Yeah.
And not even for veteran quarterbacks. I know it's been his 9th year in the league, but he's made sure to lock in on this system and what got them going. And towards a point where, like I said, it doesn't fucking matter what you throw at him. He knows where his boys are going to be. You literally have to make the play to stop JG, and he's smart enough to go progressively down each read. And shout out to Ben Johnson, too. The reason why this conversation came up is I asked JG yesterday, I was like, what's been the development in you? Like, how has Ben helped you? And he said he helped him change the way he sees the game. And now they're just locked in tune, like hand in hand. They're football soulmates.
They are football soulmates.
Big Boy once said.
Shout out Bob's Big Boy. But I think the most impressive thing that Goff has done just from last year to this year in his development, because you're constantly developing as a player in the league, his composure and pocket presence this year has been so good. When the way he's moved around the pocket, stepped up in situations, stepped up into the face of a blind pass rusher and delivered balls on touchdowns down the seams to Amon-Ra St. Brown, or just moved slightly, avoided, dipped the shoulder a little bit, stepped to the right and deliver the pass. He has been very, very impressive maneuvering the pocket and avoiding some of the pressure this year, and that's the thing that stood out the most from this year to last year.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And I also like this one from Art in the Woodward Sports group chat. His ability to go from play to play and have amnesia. I think that calms everyone else down. I think that is big.
He's always been California cool, man.
California cool, baby. Yeah. That's why, I mean, we talked about that before, too, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but, like, I just think that matters so much in that locker room around all those young players. I mean, how many of these guys we've seen Sam Laporta hop in, attribute right away. Jameer Gibbs hop in, attribute right away. Obviously, Amon-Ra took a little bit more time, but that also came with Ben Johnson's emergence as well. He is part of that. Like, no moment's too big for them, because I heard him say in an interview once before, he's reminding these people, hey, this is not a big game. You played at Alabama. You played in national championship games. You've been in play at college. This is not a big game. This is what you've been in all your whole life. He's just calm in that demeanor and delivering in those those situations we need to execute.
Yeah, and Mike Hilton, shout out to Ivar the Boneless. Shout out to Ivar the Boneless for sure. Savage character.
I get nervous as all hell when he does it, but he's picked up a few first downs with his feet this year. Like in a couple scenarios where he did not in the past. He didn't pick him up at all when it was there.
Because he knows my guy's not there. I can't get this ball off. I got to do something.
That's all I ever wanted. When we talked about stuff like that, that's all I ever wanted out of him. I'm not an idiot. I don't expect Jared Goff to miraculously be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen overnight with their ability to move. But just if the 5 yards is there, take the 5 yards and get down. And he's been doing it this year, and it's worked quite a few times and extended quite a few drives for the Lions. I love seeing it because it's also part of the offensive line. It is an effect of having such a good offensive line to where Jared Goff, you're standing in the pocket, boom, first read, Amon-Ra St. Brown, not there. Boom, second read, J-Mo down the field, not there. Boom, third read, running back in the flats, not there. Oh, there's a wide open running lane here. Okay, now I'll take off. Having the time to be able to process every single read you have and then take off. Shout out to the offensive line and Hank Fraley for giving him that kind of time.
And as far as Sky Dog and Cigar argument in the chat, there's no calls to be had. JG's not the JG people went to battle for in 21. He's not the JG people went to battle for in 22. He's not the JG went to battle for in 23. He's progressively gotten better and better each year.
As Ben Johnson just said.
As Jared Goff would tell you.
Yeah, he'll tell you to himself. He's playing an elite level this year for a reason. And I remember how many times we talked about it just last year, that this is only the second time or the second year in Jared Goff's career he's had the same play caller and quarterback coach in a row. And now it's the third year that in his career, the first time in his career for 3 seasons, he's had the same play caller and quarterbacks coach. And him, Mark Brunell, and Ben Johnson have such a good relationship that it shows when they're playing. That California cool, that calm under pressure comes from knowing, all right, if I get a sack here, I know we can dial up a play on 2nd and 15 to get us to 3rd and manageable.
And I think the coolest thing, depending on if they try to take him with them, but you can't because actually he'll be elevated, is you also have that same development happening, with your next offensive coordinator because Ben Johnson will leave at some point. But Tanner Strand is in the wing, and Tanner Strand is being groomed to become that next offensive coordinator with that same philosophy. It's not like you're hiring Matt Nagy or good offensive minds off the street, but coming in with a whole different philosophy.
Baked in.
Yes. They already know what's worked. Right, it's happening in-house, home cooking. Yeah. Right, I'm not coming out and grabbing somebody else's recipe.
And no Kraft mac and cheese. This is baked mac and cheese.
Yes, and it's been passed on. The recipe's passed on for a generation at that point too. So it's not. I don't think we'll lose this version of Jared Goff once we get Tanner Strand. I think we keep it.
Pete, we'll give you the final word on this one. How you feeling about Jared Goff and his relationship with Ben Johnson in this offense?
No, I can't. You guys have pretty much paid every compliment in the book to the guy. I mean, obviously he learns. Like you said, Easy, he puts his nose in the book. He understands what he needs to do to improve. Look at the 5-interception game, guys. That was a quarterback who did not give up. That was a quarterback who kept going. The team kept him in the game. They were just like, we have confidence in you. That speaks a lot to how much of a leader he is in the game. It's the 5-interception game which proves to you just how good Jared Goff is as a quarterback because he doesn't get rattled. He continues to lead. He continues to grind. Mm-hmm. He's a grinder. So, you know what? All grit, guys. Jared Goff is the real deal. You guys, congratulations for your generation. My generation.
Yeah.
We didn't have this stuff. We had Eric Hipple.
Yeah.
We had Charlie Batch. I can run down, but there you go, guys. Jared Goff is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
You heard it here first.
You're good enough for Detroit,
you heard
Jared
it here
Goff.
lately. Tell us about 1800, Pete.
You got it, guys. Well, speaking of the Lions, it is the official tequila of your Detroit Lions and of Woodward Sports watch parties and the post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game day live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila, proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best tequila in all of the world. And please, for the love of God, drink responsibly.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Soroki's.
Crispy Chicken and Pizza, guys. Head over, if you're in the Heartland area, to the grand opening of the Heartland location, guys. Crispy Chicken and Pizza for Soroki's is some of the best I've ever had. My favorite wings. If you tried before, you ever get the fries? They got crispy and chicken fries. They cut up the chicken and put
They got chicken fries?
Yeah, and they put the Soroki sauce on it.
Oh, like loaded fries.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Plus, they're giving away gift cards for free Soroki's for a year.
Today,
they
right
got
now.
the best deals on gas right now. Tom the Heavyweight sent you. They got the best deals on gas. And the best crispy chicken and pizza at Soroki's.
Soroki's.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm joined by Spinmo Rex. Young Chris is not here, but we got Uncle Skeet, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Dan Orlovsky is not in the building with us, but he is in Spinny's crosshairs.
Dan Orlovsky was on today. I don't know if it was NFL Live or whatever show he was doing, First Take, whatever it was. And he gave his thoughts about how to attack this Detroit Lions defense and how to eventually beat the Detroit Lions, and here's what he had to say.
What's one thing, Dan, that could halt a deep playoff run, maybe a Super Bowl run for the Lions?
Opportunity. You defensively give me, as an offensive person, plenty of opportunity to take shots downfield. If I was an offense going against the Lions, I love them. I take 3 shots a quarter. I take 3 shots a quarter. If you're going to continue to line up and play press man against me or any form of man, we're taking our shots. And as good as their secondary has been at times this year, they don't have 4 Darrelle Revises. Right. They don't have 4 Patrick Surtain Juniors. This is a group that is good, not great, and I would take shots at them all game.
I just come on, Dan. Come on. This is the best secondary in football. You don't need 4 Patrick Surtains. And here's what Jeremy Reisman put out there. In those situations, they've faced the 4th most deep shots in the NFL already this year. So that's not breaking news that's how you attack the Detroit Lions defense. They're 7th in yards per play allowed. They're 3rd in EPA per pass, 1st in average separation, and 4th in quarterback pressures when you try to go deep on them. So, Dan, let me tell you this. Look at me right in my eyes here, Danny boy. If you want to attack 3 deep shots per quarter against this Detroit Lions secondary, you're not going to get 2 of those back. Because I don't know if you know this, but they've got Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, who are arguably the 2 best safeties in the National Football League, patrolling the deep thirds. So if you want to go out there, because I understand what you're saying. You got to do it. You kind of got to do it because you're not going to run the ball against the Detroit Lions defense, especially when that defensive line is healthy with Josh Pascal and DJ Reader and Lee McNeil and all those boys. If you're going to take shots down the field and you're going to do it at the volume that Dan Orlovsky wants you to do it 3 times per quarter, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch are going to take those balls away. You're not going to come down with those balls. And on top of that, you have the best graded cornerback in the NFL since week 9 per PFF in Carlton Davis. So, yeah, maybe he is not Patrick Surtain or Darrelle Revis, but since week 9, he's been the best cornerback in football. So, test the secondary if you want. Test these guys if you want. But I'm telling you, Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph will come down with more of those balls than your guys will if you try to attack them 3 times a quarter deep down the field. Please do it. Please do that. I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at him within the context of the question. He was asked, what would you do against Detroit Lions defense? And to be honest with you, you're not running the football on them. That's been proven 2 years now. What's new is the secondary. Like, the secondary success is new. So, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to try it out. In the context of the question, like I understand. So I'm not mad. But you're absolutely right. I mean, there's not really a correct answer for it, though, Smitty.
I think the correct answer
has been that damn good. This defense has been that damn consistent. There's not one weakness you can have outside of, like, okay, let's test out this man coverage.
Yeah. I think you look at what the Rams did and you look at what Tampa Bay did, and those were quick-hitting short passes. That's the only way you're going to be able to attack this defense.
Yeah.
Is get the ball in your hands, your playmakers, and hope somebody misses a tackle. They're probably not going to, but that's what you got to hope for. If you try to attack them, they're an all-right secondary. Go check the stats, Dan. They're better than all-right. They're one of the best secondaries in the NFL. So I don't agree with that. If I was taking the objective take and you asked me what's one thing you could do to attack this Detroit Lions defense, I would say you hit them with quick hitting passes, get the ball out of your quarterback's hands fast, get into the hands of the wide receivers, and let them try to make something happen. Because you're not going to run the ball, and those deep downfield shots aren't working how you think they are, apparently.
Yeah, and doing that, I probably, if I'm going against Detroit Lions, just strategically, I'm definitely doing that. I feel like that works almost against any team. We kind of see it with our team in some sense, right? But in doing that, I would test out at least 4 times that game while having you in the routine of us going short and sweet, that deep pass, just to kind of catch you, on your heels a little bit. Because if one of them connects, it automatically changes the way you're calling that defense. Because you're keeping an eye out. Okay, they're doing this every once in a while. Like, you're just going to keep an eye out for that moving forward. Just, again, look, if I'm playing the Detroit Lions, this defense is the best I've seen, I want to maybe say ever. And if not, since, 2013, 2014, when Sue and Fairley were doing what they were doing. Yeah. But at that point, too, you also had 2 superstars. Lee McNeil's very good. But like, not Dominic and Sue. We're doing it as a complete team unit. And Jack Campbell's coming along so great. I think one thing, I know we said it on Herman's show when we were on with him, but I just, look how many position coaches we've gone through on that defense. I'm talking about we had former Detroit Lion Dre Bly. Before him, we had Aubrey Pleasant. 2 secondary coaches, gone. There was a linebacker coach before Kelvin Shepard, gone. It was defensive line coaches. I think it was John something last year. Now we got Terrell Williams. I love Dan Campbell's faith in Aaron Glenn to not question him and his philosophy, but the guys passing it on to where that they got rid of them. And now they finally got those right guys bought into AG's scheme and philosophy, and now you're seeing the fruits of that labor. You got position coaches that actually give a shit or care about what they're doing, what they're running, and that's infectious, and it runs through the players because they're able to believe and buy into this system as well, too. It's like we said on the Herman Show. You do your job. As a linebacker, this is your zone, this is your scheme, this is your fit, that's what you do. Don't worry about what the safety has to do. Don't worry what the quarterback has to do. Like, if everyone plays their role, everything else will fall in line. And we've seen that tested, Spinney, to the point where we've had fucking people off the street starting at the linebacker positions. We had people, our secondary guys, Dorsey, Vildor, it's all still works because everyone's bought into that scheme of philosophy, and it goes to the position coaches too.
And if you're going to try those deep shots, like those deep developing plays, look out for, I don't know, DJ Reader, Ali McNeil, Zadarius Smith. Muhammad was getting back there pretty nice. You got Jamal Williams, or Jamal Adams, who's going to start coming on more blitzes as he gets involved in the defense. So I just think that's objectively false. That's not the way you should attack this Lions defense.
There really is no great way to attack this Lions defense, so that's why I go back to our 2 losses, our last 2, and it doesn't happen often. We don't lose games anymore. This Detroit Lions team is an absolute juggernaut, but in those 2 losses, 2 quarterbacks did something specific. They got out and ran on big third downs. Baker, 5 for 34 in the Tampa Bay game. Purdy, 5 for 48 in that NFC Championship game. It was not being able to contain a quarterback that has the athleticism to scamper out on a big third down as they continue to run the clock and continue on their drive. That's how you somehow beat this Detroit Lions team, which it's so hard to contain the quarterback for that long, especially if they're that athletic, but it's making sure that the Detroit Lions are not on offense, and that's what those teams were able to do.
That's a great point. I think the running quarterbacks they've been a thorn in our side, and that's what happens. You play that man coverage scheme, right? You guys are locked into one guy. They're away from the play, all those other guys, and your quarterback can make a play. That's what you have to do, and that's why you look at Liam McNeil. Hopefully, I don't know, be available for this matchup, but a DJ Reader, like, you fill those gaps. And because at that point, he has to swing around to make that play. He has to roll out to make that play. At that point, guys are on alert that, hey, this guy's out of the pocket. He's going to try to make something happen over here. Unless he's a complete dipshit, or Josh Allen, honestly, he's probably talented enough to throw across his body and doing that. But that's like the defensive line roles at that point, because we're not going to do a spy. We're not going to play too much zone. It's up to the defensive line to stop Josh Allen. But the reality is about that situation, too, there's no really real answer to stopping mobile quarterbacks. You just don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough to stop a mobile quarterback. That's why they're so highly sought after, these guys that do everything. So we have Aaron Glenn talking about that we can come to after break. But first, let me tell you about Caesars Sportsbook. Caesars Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. What if I told you could place up to $1,000 as your first bet and you get it back risk-free? Well, you can if you scan the QR code and use code word Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
And then you can take your winnings over to shop.woodwardsports.com and load up on the great Detroit sports merch that we got. You guys are going to be wearing your Lions gear all the way through the end of the Super Bowl parade, which is mid-February, so you might as well get some new gear for that. And then after that, you got to wear your Tigers gear for spring. Don't forget your Pistons and Red Wings as well, all at shop.woodwardsports.com. Get it together and head over there right now.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
New Holland Brewing Company and Taller Long Drink, they're doing it right, man. They're giving you the best canned cocktail imaginable. It is real grapefruit puree and gin-based cocktail made here in Michigan. So support local and just enjoy a better beverage with Taller Long Drink from New Holland Brewing Company.
All right. I haven't read them. I don't know what specifically is going on in the chat right now, but Zadarius Smith disrespect won't be tolerated.
It doesn't make sense.
It goes unchecked. It's just incorrect. Since making his debut with the Detroit Lions in Week 11, Zadarius Smith has generated 19 pressures and 3 sacks on 97 pass rushers. That's tied for the third most in that span.
In the NFL?
Yes.
Weird. But he's just above a Jag, is what Weezy D313 said. And
is that what's happening? Is that what they're saying?
And Super Bowl Wilson said he's a good player. He's not great because he doesn't play in the red zone. So that's your guys' opinions, and it's objectively false.
But where are you getting this information, though?
I don't know. You don't listen to us. That's fine. You don't want to listen to Dan Miller?
Right.
That's just stupid.
That's stupid.
Like I'd say Dan Miller knows more about the Detroit Lions than you do. But if you think you know more than Dan Miller, go right ahead. Speaking of which, speaking of defense, speaking of Zadarius Smith, Aaron Glenn, who has been coaching up a hell of a defense so far this year, has talked about stopping Josh Allen or limiting Josh Allen and what Josh Allen could do to break games. And here's what he had to say.
Quarterback in this league, man, we know that they're the guys that they have a chance to change the game. And there's certain aspects of the game that he really has a chance to change. And I would say that in critical situations, third downs, red zone, you see it, 2-minute situations. Heck, he burned us when we played him a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving in a 2-minute situation. So he has that talent to be able to do that. And most of those elite quarterbacks do. So we just have to be better than him. That's what it comes down to. In any situation there is in this game, we have to be better than him.
That exactly is what it is. It feeds into that Batman versus Superman argument where you hear Aaron Glenn say that, who has been one of, if not the best defensive coordinator in the NFL this year, talking about we have to be better than him. Not better than them, not better than the scheme, not better than the offense, not better than what they're going to do. We have to be better than Josh Allen, especially when it comes to high leverage situations like third down, red zone, and 2-minute drill. And with the Lions offense, you can't say that. You have to be better than the scheme, the players, the play call, the situation, and everything. When it comes down to this, you got to be better than Josh Allen. And that's a tough ask because Josh Allen's been better than a majority of teams he's played this year.
That is a tough ask.
That is a tough ask. But I expect them to come correct. I truly do.
Sorry, I'm still kind of hung over with Zadarius Smith. That's wrong, by the way. Zadarius Smith was not on the field in the red zone defense period. End of story. No, Wilson, that's incorrect. Factually incorrect. But, yeah, stopping Josh Allen is a tough ask, bro. There's no right answer to it other than, like, get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when it
Get your
becomes
hands on him.
a tough ask. I mean, you need multiple people to tackle this guy. I mean, he's a 6'4",
he's a
240-pound, like, he's from Krypton or some shit. Like, he is
Superman.
It really is. I mean, at least like one of his kids. He's a dog, but he's beatable. He is up until this week. Because I don't like Kincaid coming back. I don't like Coleman coming back. You're just giving him more weapons to make plays with, and specifically weapons that I think fare well against what we got going on in these man coverage schemes. But you just got to get to him. You got to make plays. And honestly, a lot of it, you have to weaponize your offense as well. Run the football. That's why I picked Jahmyr Gibbs to have a good game.
And Wheezy D313, you're talking to a Bucks fan in the chat right now that's giving you that pressure that he's a Jag. Like, this is the most idiotic shit I've ever. Did you not hear what he just said? 3rd in the league since he got here. What about that is just a guy? You guys are fucking stupid, man. Jesus Christ.
13 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Go in the red zone situation.
Darius Smith in the game.
There.
Yeah. Goal to go.
Yeah, that's specifically on 3rd down. That's 3rd and 10. He was there for, I believe, the second one as well.
But it's all right. If you don't want to believe what your eyes are telling you, if you don't want to believe what Dan Miller is telling you, if you don't want to believe what the stats are telling you, just continue to live in your fantasy land where you're hating on a guy for no reason.
Fourth quarter, 14 minutes, 24 seconds to go. 2nd and 4, so short yard situation on the Detroit Lions' 4-yard line.
That's in the red zone, I believe.
Was in there, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Getting pressures, quarterback hits, and sacks to a team that needed a pass rusher extremely when Hutch went down, and you haven't lost yet. That's not good enough for you?
Wheezy D313, that's the first thing you've said that I agree with in this exchange. Just shut the fuck up, Za'Darius is him. It's true. So, like, I don't know, you're saying that facetiously, but if you got to say that in the mirror to get it through, then I guess that's what you got to do.
He's a good football player. I don't understand what we're doing here. I mean, you're literally lying to have a point here. We don't do that here.
Brutal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But
Josh Allen, stopping Josh Allen.
When it comes to Josh Allen, I mean, you haven't seen it as much this year, and it's the turnovers. Like, he's been played with it his whole entire career. What does this team do? We force turnovers, especially in the back end with Kirby and Brian Branch. So I think if you can get him once or maybe even twice in this game, if he gets a little loose with the football while he's taking off, I mean, can completely take over this ball game. So I think he is susceptible to turnovers still, even if he hasn't shown it as much this season.
And Super Bowl Wilson says Za'Darius is solid. He's very good, but the Lions are 12-1 with or without him. You think they win that Bears game without him? Do you? Because, first of all, you can't say that at all.
If he's 3rd in the league in pressures, you're saying he doesn't have effect on what the Detroit Lions have been doing.
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
I don't know. Just let the cousins be cousins.
Yeah, well, I'm cousin out.
Yeah, but Aaron Glenn's going to come prepared. He has been scorned. This is one of his jilted lovers. Like, he has been scorned by Josh Allen before in the past, and I would be surprised if he lets it happen again, even though Josh Allen is having the best season of his career.
Question is, are they going to?
That is the question. Yeah, everything looks good on paper, but when it comes to just stopping a guy that's 6'4" and 260 pounds and can run and do it.
That was funny.
I'm sure that's what everybody has on paper when they go into the Bills week. All we got to do is stop Josh Allen. That's all we got to do is stop Josh Allen. Well, I mean, that's a lot easier than it sounds, or it's a lot harder than it sounds, because the guy is the MVP favorite for a reason. But I truly believe, man, this defense is going to come prepared. They're going to limit him. He's going to get cousinish, and he's going to turn the ball over. I truly think it's going to happen.
5 interceptions in the year, man. He hasn't been doing it, and he's getting weapons back.
Yeah, I know, but he hasn't played the Detroit Lions.
I think we beat him. I just don't know if he. I don't know if it's. I hope a turnover comes.
I think they're going to force a turnover. That's what this Detroit Lions defense does. They force turnovers. And like we said, he hasn't done it this year, but it's that fucking Green Goblin mask talking to him in the corner, like, throw it into double coverage with nobody out there. Like, I think we get one for. I think Josh Allen and Sean McDermott are really going to take heed to what Dan Orlovsky is saying and take multiple deep shots down the field on the first drive, and Kirby Joseph takes one of those away, because they're going to listen to Dano on their game plan.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's going to have to be the game plan for him.
Another.
He's got a career low in design runs, so it's not going to run the ball just willingly with him. It's going to be when shit breaks down. When shit hits the fan, he's still a fan.
And when shit hits the fan, is he still a fan for sure? So, we'll see.
Yeah, fellas.
Stopping him is not easy.
Definitely not. We typically don't go over this over-under number, so I'm not digging into tomorrow's show. But Bills' specific team over-under is set at 26.5. We typically don't hit those, but 26.5 over-under for this Josh Allen juggernaut quarterback offense.
They put up, what, 44 last week against the Rams? They're not going to do that in back-to-back weeks. I'm taking the under.
Well, I think we just got better defense than the Rams anyway.
That's also true,
Yeah,
yes.
I saw the one play Shakir did. Like, there was, 3 broken tackles or missed tackles in that one. That's not happening in this secondary. I'm sorry. That's just – we got everyone in that secondary tackles very well.
We had the Bills sideline reporter on earlier today on Ermanni Edwards with Maz, 2 to 4 right here on Woodward Sports, and he said the Bills did not practice today because of the heavy snow squalls and the weather. So take that into account. They didn't get a practice in today, guys.
Could be a little rusty.
So there you go.
Could be a little rusty. Unless they just practice tomorrow and then walk through Saturday, but they're not going to do that.
Right.
Well.
That's huge.
So that is huge. That is huge. That's good to hear. You know, we want them as unprepared as possible, especially when Detroit's going to be loud this weekend, man. I'm excited. America's game of the week. I don't think the Buffalo takeover, I don't look at that at all. Lions fans aren't going to let them take over. I expect Aaron Glenn to make something happen, man. I truly do. I think they're going to I could see them winning by over a touchdown. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I told you guys. I mean, I moved to 5.5, but if you want to take 6.5, I'm cool with that. Beginning of the week, it was 10, but they got a couple dogs back, and I think it's going to keep in it. Just because in a scramble situation, Josh Allen's out there floating the ball around or just waiting to make a play. That's what Keon Coleman does. He's not going to be a consistent playmaker. I mean, maybe it's his rookie year, so maybe he does become that. But just in a fucking I got to get rid of this thing.
Oh shit.
What?
Kind of.
Yeah. I thought some breaking news happened.
Shit,
yeah.
Josh Allen stubs his toe.
Keon Coleman, former basketball player, going to box out a DB. And I can see him making a play. And then also Kincaid is pretty freaking good himself too. And they go to run the jumbo. That's my question is to the trips. Do you line a Meek? Yeah, you got to.
What, a Meek?
Yeah. Just Meek plays nickel.
Yeah.
Keep Kirby deep.
Keep Kirby deep.
I had to watch the Buffalo Bills game outside of last week.
I think he wants to hang one from Josh Allen on his wall.
But I also want people to know this too. Outside of last week's a close loss, they didn't look really good against the Texans, and they got blown out by the Ravens. When they play good teams.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That's why I'm taking this game as a minus 5.5. Is we're that level of team.
Didn't they beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead though as well?
But the Chiefs this year,
they have not. Yeah, true.
You know. I think we're more formidable than the Chiefs. And then the Chiefs.
And Super Bowl.
And it was at Buffalo, my bad. Just want to clarify.
Super Bowl Cartier in the Woodward Sports Chat says, bro, the Bills are 31st against the run. Monty and Gibbs should scare the chicken wings out of the Bills.
Let him cook.
That's what we do best. Mm-hmm. And if you sell out to stop it, we're going to pick you apart like they did last week. So.
Way mo.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll get some Pete's picks.
Yeah,
but first, tell us about Mark White.
Mark White gonna do you right. Guys, you'd like to purchase a new home and become a Detroit Lions fan instead of a Buffalo Bills fan because Dan Campbell's will scare him back into Canada. Dial 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. We'll save you up to $5,000 in closing costs of your new home. That's markwhitesells.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Chevrolet. Are you ready for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, the Blazer EV2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month, or check out the Equinox EVLT for only $169 per month. Get the Les Stanford today, or click on the QR code on the screen to check out their massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford Chevrolet in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com.
Pete's Picks. Is that for tonight's game?
Yes, sir.
What we got, Pete?
Got a little Thursday night parlay for everybody out there, so I hope you guys are ready. I really appreciate you guys, by the way, for letting me do a parlay for your fans tonight.
Of course.
Really, thank you guys very much. We're going to do a little Pete's parlay. I hope you guys are out there ready to make some money for your Thursday night football, courtesy of our sportsbook partner, Caesars Sportsbook app. Now, I made this bet about 2 hours ago, so the odds may have changed slightly, but here it is, guys, a 4-leg parlay at plus 1,000. I got Kyren Williams tonight to get into the end zone and score a touchdown. Also, I like his production numbers tonight. Caesars has him at 85.5 for his total between rushing and receiving, so I like that over tonight. George Kittle did not play in the Week 3 game when these two met in this NFC West matchup. George Kittle is back in the fold for the 49ers, and probably the 49ers offense, as you know, guys, is not very consistent, but he was probably one of the more consistent production guys for the offense. So I like George Kittle to get 6 points tonight for their offense. And then another guy who did not play in the Week 3 matchup is Cooper Kupp. Obviously, Puka Nacua is going to be a focus tonight for the defense, but look for Cooper Kupp to be over 65.5 yards. This parlay, 4 legs at plus 1,000. I put $20 on it to win 200. Your 10 could win you 100. Your 5 could win you 50. There's your parlay. Gentlemen, your thoughts on that one?
I like it. Kyren Williams, Jameson Williams' cousin. If you guys didn't know,
right.
Danny Rogers, legitimately first cousins, Kyren Williams and Jameson Williams. Danny Rogers put that out there on the X Machine.
Oh, really?
Today, yeah.
That's like real.
Yeah, legitimately.
That's crazy.
I like that, Pete. I like it a lot. I think I like the 85.5 total yards for Kyren Williams, because he's going to break one in these games. You just don't know whether it's going to be a rush or a catch. So that's definitely a safer way to do it than betting on just his receiving yards or just his rushing yards. And plus 1,000 odds, I like that. I like that bet a lot, Pete.
Yeah, I got to check out the 49ers run defense real quick.
It's not. It's lower third.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And if you look at what happened last time, Kyren Williams was the key for the Rams of making. Now, the Rams had to come back because San Fran, I think, led 21-7 at halftime, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And then the Rams had to come back, and they used Kyren Williams. Now, Juwan Jennings in that game, by the way, you notice I didn't use him in the parlay. There is going to be weather tonight, guys. So I'm a little concerned about deep downfield passes. It's going to be that steady San Fran rain. You know, I think it's supposed to be like 48 degrees, so you're going to have one of those... Yeah, one of those. So I'm just worried about Juwan Jennings. He might get in the end zone, but I'm worried about getting over 80 or 100 yards. And all
I
that
like the George Kittle touchdown for sure. We saw him. He's been extremely involved, obviously, in this offense without Brandon Ayuk, and now Deebo Samuel's acting like a bitch or whatever he's doing. So you need George Kittle, especially like you said, in the rain. You don't got to worry about that on the Rams side because Stafford will just fucking whistle that thing through the rain. But with Purdy, it will be more imperative to get him in the ball or get the ball in the hands of your playmakers shorter, and George Kittle can eat in those situations for sure. It's going to be a good game tonight. I didn't know this was tonight.
Yes, sir.
This is a game
Thursday already,
possibly for that division.
Possibly for that division for sure.
2 big wins for these teams in their last matchups.
Yeah, we talk about we're hyping up the Rams. They need this one because they still got to face Seattle down the road. All their games remaining, if they want to win that division, a lot of them are division. I think the only other one outside of this, I forgot who it was, but it was actually a pretty easy one. I think it was the Falcons.
Fellas, plus 134 for the Rams. I like that straight up. I really do. I think the Rams could win this one, but it sounds like Pete might have other ideas.
Rams this season, 0-3 on the road against the spread.
Ooh.
Against the spread? No, I'm not.
When they're underdogs on the road.
Okay.
0-3 so far this year.
Wow.
All right.
What's the spread on it?
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3? Mm-hmm. San Fran they beat the shit out of the Bears in the last game, dude.
Yeah,
and they're getting Greenlaw back in this one, too.
Mm-hmm.
I might take San Fran.
Minus 158.
Minus the 3.
Okay. Minus the 3. This San Fran team has been up and down all season long, battered and bruised with injuries, drama. I don't know. I just think the vet in Matthew Stafford can go out on the road with his 2-star wide receivers and get the job done.
Yeah.
But that number does scare the shit out of me, Pete. I'll tell you that.
I'm just trying to help, my friend.
You got any single bets you're looking at?
That's a good question.
I've been doing that a lot. I've been straying away from the parlays. I've made a handsome amount of money for myself so far this NFL season. I've been doing like couple of units, 2-3 units on single bets that I'm like sure are gonna hit. Like I put $150 or $200 on the Tim Patrick over 2.5, and that cash is. I've been doing that for like Jahmyr Gibbs over. I'll put $100 on it because it's they'll be like minus 140. But you're still getting $80 back. So
well, you answered your own question earlier when you were breaking down my parlay. Do the Kyren Williams at 85.5 total yards.
I like it.
How about that for a single bet?
I like it. Like I said, that's a much safer bet with him and with Gibbs are the same kind of thing because they could break a run or they could break a pass, and you don't want to have the rushing over and him get a 60-yard screen pass touchdown and be like, God damn it, So yeah, I like it.
That's exactly right.
I like it.
Good deal. Thanks, boys, for allowing me to do that.
Raised the sales, made a bunch of money, allegedly, for sure.
Who do you like in this game, Easy?
This is a really good game, man. I really don't know how to call it. I think the Rams are healthier going in. I think they have more belief in like what they got moving forward. Like I feel like they're getting hot versus the 49ers are kind of just crumbling before all our eyes. Like it kind of sucks. Some of it due to injury. Actually, not a lot of it. It's due to injury. They've gotten bit by the injury bug again. No Trent Williams tonight. I like Kyle Shanahan a lot. Typically, he beats McVay in these matchups. That's one thing to keep in mind, too. I think McVay's only got like 1 or 2 against him. One of them being the NFC Conference Championship game. But I just think the Rams are healthier. I think that defense will come out on top. No Trent Williams.
I like
Jared
front
Verse,
seven,
Byron
man.
Young. Yeah, I think those guys get after a little bit there. Yeah, no,
they got a bunch
Rams.
of young dogs on that defensive line, dude.
Yeah, San Francisco favored by -3. I take the Rams to cover. You said it's plus money.
Plus 130.
Plus 130 for the Rams to cover.
What did Cooper Kupp
not
do
for the
against?
Rams to cover.
What's the Rams'
the
money
49ers
line?
last time out?
He didn't. He was hurt.
I believe it was plus 130 for money line. I think it's plus 3 for them to cover. So they need it's minus 110, I believe.
Easy and FYI, that's part of the reason why I use Kittle and I use Kupp is because they didn't play last time and they're going to get their production this time. So
Gotta ask you a big fantasy question, fellas. This has to do with this game. It's Guerrero.
Yeah, the running back.
Is he healthy, ready to go? And would
Not
you guys
100%.
not 100?
Nope.
I would play. Who else?
Brees Hall, who's also banged up.
Who are the Jets?
Kyren
playing?
Williams. The Jets are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kyren is already. I'm playing him in this game.
Playing
Need him
Kyren,
big.
yeah.
James Conner.
I would play. I personally hate having 2 players on Thursdays. I would go with Brees Hall against the Jags.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know.
Dude's been a letdown all year long.
He has, but this is his spot. If he's gonna pop, it's gonna be in the playoffs against the Jags.
Okay.
Like I'm just saying. But that's personally me. I hate.
Getting cooked on a Thursday night.
I hate getting cooked. Yeah, you put both of your running backs on Thursday and they combine for 20. It's like, God damn it.
Yep. All right. I don't. Yep. I'm
That's
going
just
with
me
it.
though.
Plus, Garrett's banged up.
He is.
And I
Garrett's
already
banged
have
up.
Kyren Williams going tonight. Have a little fun.
Yeah, that
with
was so.
watching
My friend Josh, going into playoffs, spent all of his money, all of his remaining free agent dollars on Guerrero to get him on his team, and he sends a text in our league group chat. He's like, "Oh, this was a good payoff. I'm ready to make a push for a championship." And my friend sent a screenshot of the rolled right ankle or whatever it was, questionable to return. He was like, "God damn it!" And, I'm sitting in first place. Oh, most points scored on the league.
You know what that means tonight? A lot of Debo sweeps.
Yeah. Debo's been bitching, so expect to get him a little
sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, yeah.
Wide receiver drama. Couldn't
That's
be
true.
us.
Debo could see a lot of rushing
Dude, I'm
attempts.
telling you, yeah, he actually might line up in the backfield.
I wonder
What's
what
his
his over-under on rushing
I'll
attempts
look it up
is.
right now.
Yeah, I like that.
You want a single bet? There you go. Hang on.
Depending on the number,
I get you.
I would like that.
Keitho says Corum getting his first tutty tonight. They've been using him more.
Corum?
I haven't been watching him that closely, but
I mean, he's due.
So he had a good average last
he
game.
hasn't got one yet. I don't know. I don't think I could see Corum beating Fred Warner in the hole. Like I would not bet on that.
Low man wins.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see. Rushing.
Gregory says Lions 49-13. Dude, we have the Christmas party after that game. I'll be walking in there full staff. Let's go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap it up. We'll do a little bit of mailbag. We'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But first, let me tell you about Salvation Army. When you give to the Salvation Army, your donation makes it possible to serve our community's most vulnerable 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle Christmas campaign fundraising goal is $7 million. Your contributions will help provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org to donate. It's the Salvation Army. You know your money's going to a good place.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Wake up, enjoy game day right, and have delicious, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door, courtesy of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Subscribe on SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com and use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, support local, and just enjoy great coffee. Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
What up, welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm joined by Spimo Rex.
What up,
Chris is not here. We got Unky Skeet in the building. Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Crash Out Koloff. And I'm kind of just down to build a parlay with the boys. I was arguing in the chat, but I realized I had literally called this guy a sea gobbler. He admitted it. So I don't know why I'm arguing anymore. And shout out to you, Sick. I respect you, and I respect you for admitting it. And I don't mean that facetiously at all. Like, I'm just not going to, there's no winning in that argument. You already admitted how hard set you are on that. So let's make some parlays. You know, we got Unky Pete's parlay.
Yeah, I'm backing Unky Pete on this. I liked every single I liked every single leg you put in there.
Yeah, I'm going with Pete's parlay.
And last time I went, Cooper Kupp over 60 though. Remember we did that another Thursday night. I think it was when they beat the Vikings. He burned me. He burned me. So
That
I might take him
gypsy
50.
bastard burned us.
You need to get back.
Always have faith.
This pear tastes like sand.
No.
Oh, what a good movie.
Move the
No,
nut.
short.
Move the nut.
Wait, is that the one with Will Ferrell?
That's from Always Sunny.
Oh, never seen it.
Dude, watch Always Sunny. Your humor, you will fucking
I
love
die at the clips you send me
It's
all the
dude,
time.
it'll be your favorite show. It's so fucking good, dude.
So we're gonna add the Rams to cover on Unky Pete's or no?
I just went with Pete's parlay. I'm playing her how she drew her up.
I'll put it back
How
up
she
there
drew
just
her?
real quick.
I'm playing her
I'll put
how
it back
he
up
drew
there
her
just
up.
real quick.
How she drew her.
How she drew up.
Drew,
Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown. Kyron Williams over 85.5 all-purpose. George Kittle, anytime touchdown. Cooper Kupp over 65.5 receiving yards. $20 will win you 200. I'm going with Uncle Pete on this one.
How about
Thanks,
adding a
guys.
Puka over 50?
I'm just kidding.
I'm not messing with the magic.
No.
Do the Wings win tonight in Philly?
Do the Wings win tonight in Philly? Yes, the Wings will win tonight in
Good.
Philly. Talbot in net. Philly is a very vulnerable team, a team that you should beat. Give me the win. Give me a goal scorer. Give me Casper to put one in. Give me the kid. He's been playing well. He's been playing fast. Give me Casper to put one in the back. Of the net.
I don't.
Casper?
Real quick question: have you kept up with this guy Michkov at all? The Russian
Yeah.
who came over? Dude,
Yeah.
absolute superstar.
He's
like
insane.
I wish somehow that we could have drafted up, like traded the Danielson. I mean, we'll see how he does in the future, but this guy Michkov is already a star.
Michkov's nasty
superstar.
for sure.
Yeah, but we would have probably had to give up Danielson and Axel to
Yeah.
maybe get up there, and I think Axel's going to be a star.
I agree. Well,
Mailbags, Mahomes elite. If he can't produce with weapons around him, he is 12-1.
he is 12-1.
He just won a Super Bowl last year.
That's right.
I wouldn't say he's playing at an elite level this year at all, though.
It's weird because he's not necessarily doing it from the pocket, but his ability to manipulate these games.
Yeah,
where he's opening up these rushing, he's going for these 30, 49-yard scampers to put him into the situation to win the game. Insane.
Derek White 3 blocks, says Weezy D313.
Actually, I'm gonna look at his rushing numbers.
But that'll
they're
do
not
it for
even
us today.
crazy. He's just quarterbacking right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not he has crazy. His high
No, he just
rushing
makes
total is
plays
60.
when they need him to make plays.
Yeah. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders game, I didn't watch that one. That was a Black Friday one. It only had 4 rushing yards. And then the KC or the Chargers one last week was only 17.
Yeah.
Yes, he's still elite.
Well,
he's quarterbacking.
That'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. For Easy, for Nick, for Unky Pete,
Shout
appreciate you
out.
filling
Appreciate
in.
you guys.
I'm Spencer with the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Justin will be in the booth. Peace.